guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Lauren. So let's waste no time. I'm prepping the paper. Basically what I'm doing is just tearing off all the edges to give it a little unfinished look. You definitely don't have to do this. I'm painting on watercolor paper. If that's not something you have, then don't even worry about it. Just use whatever paper you have available. So next, I'm pulling out some washi tape and I'm going to use this to create a small but clean edge around my painting so that the little jagged edge that we just tore is more of a frame for my paper. You'll see once it all gets laid out, folding over the edges, and there we have our nice little frame. So next thing I'm going to do is just jump right in. I'm starting to mix up my colors. I'm going to be painting a pond with some lily pads and some goldfish. So I'm prepping up all my colors for that. I paint a small little swatch, test it out on the paper, see if I like it. There it is. I decide I do, so I keep moving. Oh, that's where I forgot to bake some water. So I'm rinsing off my brush and moving on. Gonna start creating the green now. I'm mixing up a nice little green, just something sweet and fun and simple. You don't have to go all out with your colors. Just pick what works for you, make it match. Don't overthink what you use, just use whatever feels good to you, and if you don't like it, you can always paint over it later. So this just is gonna go on, we're gonna keep mixing, so we'll make a little montage and I'll be back with you when it's done.
Well, it's
Alright, all my colors are mixed in no time, and let's get right into it. So, before I get into my actual painting, I'm laying out where I want my main features to be. So this would be my lily pad, my fish, anything I want to really stand out because I'm using a really dark background. So what I don't want to do is cover my whole piece of paper with my dark background first, because then it'll be much harder to build up paint on top of that. Instead, I'm working out where I want my lily pads and my fish to go so I can paint the background around them and then come back in with the details for my fish and my lily pad later. Filming this video has been so much fun for me because I really have never posted about my art anywhere on my Instagram or this YouTube channel. And even though I'm just getting started, I'm already really loving venturing out and trying new things. And I've always been a painter. I've loved art since I was a really little kid, and I just think it's so exciting to be sharing my little techniques with you all and giving you some tips. So if you want a video like this in the future, definitely put some suggestions in the comments, and I will be so more than happy to get around to painting what you guys want to see.
well, it's
Okay, so we're all finished laying our little background, and we're going to switch over the camera so you can really see what I'm getting into. But basically, I've just started painting on the background really messily. Don't worry about keeping it neat. Just lay out the colors first. Give you time to decide if you want to make any changes. So then I'm going in with a detail brush and getting all the details on the background before I go back over again the lily pads with that same green. This is just to get the paint wet before I get in with the details. So moving right into the details, as you can see, I'm just taking a darker green and really dragging it along that edge. I'm going to blend it out with the lighter green so that it has a nice brush-stroked ombre painterly effect, if you will. Just mixing different yellows, greens, dark light, really play with it, have fun. Just know there's never a wrong color to add. You can always blend it out. If it looks terrible, paint over it. That's really the easiest thing to do. Okay, so right here I'm just going in, touching up the background, seeing where I made mistakes, fixing it. Don't worry about it because I'll do a lot more touch-ups later. But I just want to get a clean edge on everything, cover up my mistakes. I'm a bit of a perfectionist about my background. So next thing I'm going to do is go do the same thing I did with the lily pads on my fish, blend in some darker colors, some lighter colors, yellows and reds, really give them some life.
If you ride with me, I gotta work for the both of us. I'll put you in the driver's seat. Don't gotta hurry in the love. When you ride with me, don't gotta worry when tomorrow comes. I'll put you in the driver's seat. Don't gotta hurry now, 'cause we stay in control in the name of love.
I told you I'd be back with more background touch-ups, and here they are. So right now that I have all of my colors painted in, it's very blended, very flowy, very dimensional. We're going to clean up all the lines, so really putting all the water where it needs to be, covering up all my mistakes, because definitely went a little outside the lines. Oop, that's where I threw a little fin on the other fish. Did not throw any of the side fins on that fish, because those little red fins gave me so much trouble, so she just gets a top fin. Sorry to the corner fish. So yeah, just keeping going with the background, finishing everything up, getting it look nice and beautiful, and this painting is almost done. This is where I decided I wanted to put those little stars in the middle of lily pads, just like how you see a lot of people do, and it was going great until I realized I was painting it on the tape. So I'm gonna have to go in and just blend that all out because it was a complete mistake. It doesn't affect anything about my painting, it was just a mess up, so trying again. This time on the paper, nice thick lines, and you would think this would be better and I would just love it so much, but looking at it, it looks like the top of a tomato, and I absolutely hated it. So I tried to make it work for a while and then just blended it all out because I hated how that looked. But that's the thing, if you make a mistake, it's okay, you just try again. So I took some of that lighter green, blended it all away, and went right back at it, tried it again. This time I wanted much thinner lines, and so I painted really thinly with the lines, and I really liked how this came out, so I did it to the other lily pad as well. Just like that, we're to the end of our painting, so now it's time for a little satisfying tape peel moment to reveal the frame I was talking about at the very beginning of the video. Obviously this part is optional, you don't have to do it. I just think it looks really good and it gives your paintings a little professional edge. Okay, so here's the finished project. Last minute, I decided to throw some eyes on the fish just to give them a little more life, and I love how it turned out. I did it with a darker brown instead of a black. So there you have it. There's your little fish. Hope you learned a lot from this video. Hope to do it again sometime soon, so send me suggestions.